Tractor pulling is coming to Farming Simulator 25. More specifically, the tractor pulling sled from BB Mods and Ridiculous Dominick. Now, this is technically a vehicle, however, you will find it in the miscellaneous category if you're looking for it here. There you go, right there it is. And because it's a vehicle, you can actually run this in multiplayer modes. One person can operate this and drive and steer and do all that, and the other person can pull their heart out. However, it is set up so that you can use this in single player without any issues, and you don't even have to detach, really. I'll show you how to do that. It's actually pretty cool. There's a couple other animations as well we'll talk about, including the front wheels going up and down, and how we're going to be able to make this thing go from 26.6 tons up to what feels like about 50. It's super heavy. We're going to start with specs and customization though. We have a variable transmission inside, which is very important for something like this. 505 liters of fuel, 31 mile per hour max speed. Yes, it will book it. 20,000 liter capacity, and it weighs 26.6 tons. Now that 20,000 liter capacity is going to be anything along the bottom. So you've got milk, water, fuel, DEF, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, slurry, and digestate. If you go with something that can unload into pallets, for example, if you went with the liquid fertilizer or herbicide, you can actually unload that. And talking with BB Mods, it sounds like he's going to try and make it to where you can use this as a makeshift tanker if you really wanted to. That'd be pretty cool. Now we make our way into customization options. You've got none. You can also check it out to the 1100 kg weight, which is basically like a granite block in there. And that is one of them. You can go with 2, 22, 3300, 44, 55, 6600. And you can double that as well, going all the way up to 13,200 kilograms. This by itself weighs 39.8 tons. And that's before you fill it up with anything. It's pretty wild. Front decals on here, this is brand new, the dead weight. And I would say it is. I've got a lineup of tractors to show you, and it is difficult. So on here, you can also run Case IH, Challenger, Kloss, Deutz-Fahr, Fendt, Fiat, JCB, John Deere, Kubota, Mack, Massey Ferguson, New Holland, Paladin, Rigid Track, Stara, Steyr, Valtra, Versatile, Volvo, and Zader. So you can run all of those. Then for the rear decals, we only have a couple of these. So you've got the dead weight. Now we also have the Deutz and the giant software logos on the very back of that. Or you can click the sponsors one. So you've got AB, BKT, Continental, Michelin, Hauer, Quickie, Deutz, and Giant Software, again in the same spot. Plus, you've got all the tires on the other side, Trelleborg, Vodestein, Midas, and Nokian. Those are your only two, and this is the one that I chose for mine. But you don't have to. That's okay. And speaking of, yeah, you can get your own right now, as a matter of fact. If you're on PC, check out BB Mod's itch page. We'll leave a link to that down below. My understanding is he's going to drop the link to that immediately as soon as this video goes live. So by the time you've gotten to this part in the video, it should be there. Console players, don't worry. This will be for all platforms, as well as it's should already be with Giants awaiting testing if it's not already. Now we get into the guard. Sometimes if you're kicking up rocks and stuff trying to go forward, you're going to need a guard back here, and that will put that up. You can also easily walk around it, which is pretty cool. After that, we've got some flags, including the USA flag, Canada, Brazil, Australia, European Union, and there you go. So those are all of those. I do like the American flag on there. Looks very nice. Also around towards the back, we have a trailer hitch. This, along with the flags, I believe, are brand new. So that's pretty cool. I have tried to hook a couple of these together. I can already tell you. I was actually on a video called BB Mods when I did it, and I'm not saying I broke it. I'm just saying I'm going to let you figure out what happens when you hook them together. The game was fine. It was just some interesting things happened. I found out how to make chains longer. We'll just say that. As far as your colors go, obviously main color is going to be a main color. We get a full custom color palette with this as well, which is really nice. I'm going to change this to pearl white just so the rest of the colors really pop. So the first one, design color. We'll change this to red so you can see. So that's everything along towards the bottom. Change that up to white, so we'll get that away. Fenders. It was pretty obvious what fenders are, but hey, if you didn't know, There you go. There they are in red. Sled color. Well, what's the sled? Well, that thingy on the top of it goes, yeah, and makes the tractor dig into the ground. Gotta love it. Then we have the hubs color. Now, the hubs color was actually green to begin with. It's a Deutz green, and it's just the hubs right there. And then rim color. I don't think we need to talk about that. Rims are rims. So this is mine. This is the one that I decided to go for, and it is in the perfect position to get going. I have gotten some vehicles a little further down, and some didn't even make it off the pavement, which is why I'm starting it here, because it is quite difficult to get it going. So let's just talk about the buttons. What does it do? Let's turn everything on, and you can see we've got it attached, and I can actually get out of this, jump into here, because this is running right now, and I can actually drive it around. Now you see the front wheels are moving. It's because they're not like where they were. Let's see, hit it, there you go. So whenever you buy it, we can even detach from the tractor in the front. It is a vehicle in its own right. So that makes things pretty cool. Now, I've gone for the full extra weight on it. However, I don't have it filled up yet because it is quite difficult to drive with it all filled up. So in this state, we've got a couple things. If we select this, you can see we have unfold semi-trailer, unfold lower front, and lower and extend. It also says you need to first fill the tool. We won't worry about that. The real big one, if you're a single player, there's only a couple of these that you're going to need to worry about. Number one is the semi-attacher. Whenever we click that, it's going to bring the front end, the chain disappears, and it's set up ready to go with a semi-truck. Now, this, as far as I can tell, is the first or one of the first semi-trailers to actually work with the Heiza truck. I don't know how he did it, but it works. So if we grab this, bring it back, connect up, we're good. Just like everything else in the Mercedes-Benz trucks pack, it takes a minute, but there's that. Also, the truck does some weird things. It moves. Trailer's fine, and it's not just with this. It does it with other things too. I don't know what possesses this thing, but whatever demon's inside of it, I hope it gets everything figured out. Then from here, once we've got it hooked up to the trailer, you're probably gonna want to fold up the front. So we're gonna click B on my Xbox controller, which is unfold or lower the front. Click that, boom, brings it up, and we can actually drive this thing around like, you know, normal-ish. So we'll bring it around. We'll start over here. That way we're out of all the dirt that we've just done, and I'm just gonna drop it. Pull forward, no issues whatsoever. Although I probably should have put those wheels back up. Let's do that again. Hey, if you're gonna do it right. You know how it is. All right, so we got our wheels up like that. Now there are now a few other things. So if we take a look, the fold raise front is actually a different button now. It is Y. I was speaking to BB Mods about this, and he was saying that it has to do with kind of an order of operations when it comes to animations. It can't just go forwards or backwards. It is a very specific animation that it has it do, and they only appear when they are able to be done. So that's kind of neat. Now you got that truck thing on the front, so we can jump in here real quick and we can just fold that semi-truck piece in. Now when you do that, the chain's probably going to be under the vehicle, so we're just going to back it up a little bit, let that chain out towards the front, just like that. We'll grab our tractor or vehicle, whatever it is that you want to pull. I think this will be fine. It makes a lot of noise. We got a bunch of black smoke on there, and I'm hoping that we'll be good to go. CVT vehicles seem to do the best. Back up, connect, there we go. Anything with a CVT seems to be doing okay. However, I will say if you've got manual transmission, you'll probably be A-okay. But yeah. Every vehicle I've chosen is not a CVT. For a reason, because they do terrible. So, we'll get out here. See if I can get this thing lined up real quick. There we go. So there's kind of like a single player, one button, go, go, go kind of thing up here. So the lower and extend, whenever we click that, it is going to remove the wheels and bring the sled forwards. And it's going to bring it all the way forward. And if you get stuck, well, you just click the same button again, and it basically just undoes everything. There's no specific order or anything like that, but boom, boom, and you're good. This allows you to hit one button, pull forward, back up to it, connect, hit one button, do it again. It's pretty sweet. So I'm gonna do exactly that. Let's click it. Click the button. As soon as it drops down, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling. Oh yeah, and then there comes the sled. All 40 tons of weight back there. And then it just becomes too much. So that's about as far as I got. You might get lucky, but like I said, if you've got an automatic or manual transmission like this, or power shift, yeah, I think we can call that stuck. Now, we click the same button, and we can go ahead and detach, because it's not going to matter. Detach from that. We'll run back here, and you can even leave the tractor attached if you want to, because you just pull it backwards with you. Click, boom, and just go. And there you go. You can just drive it backwards, put it where you wanted, and because you've driven backwards, your chain's in the right spot. And then we just do the tractor again, but not this one. So the International had a bit of trouble, sure, but this guy was one of the worst. As a matter of fact, all of these did terrible. Surprise, surprise. Actually, I think everything's DLC except for that case, which is a mod. So we're gonna run this now. Just keep in mind, we don't have the 20,000 liter capacity filled up yet either. It just is what it is here. Sometimes you can get an unfair zoom, zoom, zoom from back there. So we're gonna start down here. Come on, come on. Get over there, get over there. There you go. All right, click unfold, and I'm just gonna enable cruise control. We got, I think it's 100 horsepower, 110 horsepower, somewhere around there. I wouldn't expect this to do great anyway, if I'm honest. But it should get to a point where it just sits and spins. Maybe. At least that's what it was doing over there. I mean, it's moving. It's in second gear, which is good. But as soon as it changes into any other gear, there we go. Yeah, it was like, oh, I'm good. Third gear's not working. Fourth gear. You can see what I mean. Here, we're starting to spin. And it'll just get to the point where it just changes gears. Now, I know that we just pulled that thing farther than we would have had it not. This is what I was telling you too. One button and you could just like, come on. Yay. I guess to be fair, I'm just sitting here screwing around having fun. Now I was also trying to figure out, you know what? I bet the Big Roy Versatile would be epic at this. What I would do to see Big Roy pull in a tractor pull in real life, I'd be all over it. All over it. So I was like, all right, well, let's do this. So we're gonna click our one push button. As soon as the wheels are up, just go, go, go. And we seem to be doing okay. Not only do we seem to be okay, we're picking up speed. So 40 tons isn't enough. Not for Big Roy, anyway. Also, hilariously, the the dead weight has a hard time pulling Big Roy. So now let's fill this bad boy up. We got a container of water beside us, and we are just gonna click it like it was another trailer. Technically, the pulling sled is a liquid tanker. So these, in the eyes of the code, are the same thing. Nothing wrong with that, although this is gonna take a while. There we go. A little bit of editing magic later, and we're ready. So this should give us a little bit more of an issue. So let's pull it forward. Let's get it in the dirt. There we go. Click fold and go. And look at that. Has Big Roy met his match? Maybe. Maybe not. It all depends on what gear he decides to put himself in. So as you can see, in automatic mode, they don't do a good job of putting themselves in the right gear. If he just stick it third and leave it, or quit skipping fourth like an idiot, I think we'd be all right. You skip fourth a lot, bud. What's wrong with you? Anyway, IRL, they would call that. Then one button push brings everything back to normal, although I would probably wait for those wheels to come up. And if you're curious, this weighs 59.83 tons. So then, what do you do when everything is causing trouble? You get yourself a big bud. Specifically, this one is the Patriot, And this is out of the Big Bud Series 2 from Classic American Icons Modding. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, fold it up, and go. And that's kind of what I saw earlier. There's a bit of an issue because this is a little bit too good for that sled. And we have to ease into it a little bit, otherwise the chain breaks. But the chain doesn't break, it just kind of goes boing, boing, boing. Let's see if I can get a good look at it. Yeah, see, we're good now. There's no stress on it. But if I leave it sitting and try and take off, I should get a little bit of stress on it. No, it's doing all right. Anyway, nothing can stop a Big Bud, especially with American flag on it. Rawr. And when you're ready to go, just fold and go back. And honestly, that's kind of it. It's a fairly simple mod. Everything works kind of the way you would expect it. It's got nice suspension, as you can tell. Got a lot of water in there. I've made a mess of this field, but we've had fun. I will say I was having a hard time finding like the perfect tractor for this thing. So if you got any ideas, hey, let me know. Oops, I did it again. Oh yeah, I didn't show the Unimog, but the Unimog did awful. Just saying. And really, there you go. Like I said, it's a fairly simple mod. There's only a couple animations to it, and it has one purpose in the game, and that is to make sure your tractor can handle your heavy trailer. Again, as I mentioned, you can use this in multiplayer because you can always steer the rear, but you do have to be in the rear unit in order to steer it. So one person can steer it in case things are getting a little bit wonky. It's a lot of fun. I want to thank BB Mods for not only sending it over to show you guys ahead of time, but also talking to me and showing me how things work. He sat on a video call with me for about half an hour, probably even longer. Fielded a lot of questions that I had about this. I wanted to make sure I got everything right. It was a lot of fun, so big shouty out to him. Definitely check him out, link down below. And again, PC players can download this right now on his itch page. And I know that because he just sent me the link to it while I'm recording. So we are good to go. Otherwise, have an awesome rest of your day. Let me know how you get along playing with this mod. We'll catch you in the next one.